Now, as you can see from our previous tutorials, we've actually finally completed coloring this beautiful monument. Now it looks a lot better. But there is one thing that we haven't mentioned that's extremely important. Have you noticed been using the color replacement tool? We're not using it on a separate layer. So this is destructive. So I do want you to remember that using the bucket tool and the color replacement tool is destructive because you're actually changing the actual layer. So sometimes duplicating it and play around is a lot better. Now, there's another tool that's also destructive, but it can come in handy sometimes. And sometimes masking can help and sometimes masking can't. And this is also known as the eraser tool. Now, we have this beautiful monument, but we have this plain looking cloud, so I want the clouds a little bit more dramatic. So I have a layer underneath named clouds, and we're going to bring that in. So normally we would mask that in normally, but this time we're going to do something different. You can select the eraser tool, which will open up some options, and just so you know, because the color replacement is a brush, you are not limited to the brushes that you normally use, and we'll talk about that in a second or in another tutorial. And the same thing with the eraser. As you can see here, you have a whole wide variety of brushes to use. Now with the eraser, you can erase to 100% or less and the flow. So if we just erase, let me just move up, and we erase, it erases like it's supposed to, right? Just like it's supposed to. It erases this image and reveals the image below. Okay, that's nice, but to do the exact, to go around this monument is going to take some time, and we don't have the time, let's say. So we go to the second option, which is the background eraser tool. And you notice that this was like the color replacement tool. So let me zoom in. And what this is saying is the same things. Wherever I select will erase, but it won't erase that black. So I can get really close to this image without worrying about it. And again, as you can see, it's kind of slow sometimes. It lags a little, and it seems it's a little choppy. And you can see this is going to take a while. So we may not have the time to do this either. So let me press Control Z. Well, there is another way. This is the magic eraser tool. The magic eraser tool has a tolerance of 30. You can sample all layers contiguous. Now watch what happens. Click here, and bam, instantly all this is gone. So now you can come up here and click again, and this is gone. But you'll notice that you have some areas around the monument that need to be taken care of, and some areas around here. This is where we switch back over to the background eraser tool. Use that option where we sampling once or sampling continuous, and then we go in here, we can zoom in, press the space bar to move it up, reduce the size of your brush, alright, and then we can sample here and then start to erase it. Unfortunately that's affecting the tree, so let me go back because that's not the right option. So let me sample once, and let me sample here, and then there we go. You notice I can get around the trees a lot quicker, faster, and erase a lot of these things. And you can erase in between, because remember that sampling once is only sampling once. Alright, let me just clean that up a little. There we go. And then I can come over here, sample once, and then go around here. So you can see how we can get in between the trees. Isn't that nice? Try that with masking. You're going to have to use color range or some type of selecting mechanism to get in there. Alright, then let me double click on the hand tool. Click on the zoom tool once. And there we have it. So we have our nice monument that we colored. I would have changed that green, of course, behind the beautiful clouds, making it more dramatic. And we use the background eraser color replacement tool, and then some other items. In the next lesson we're going to talk about the art history brush.